Clears throat, leans into the mic, eyes half smiling, voice low and slow. You ever feel the air shift like something's coming? Not just a storm, not just bad luck. I'm talking about that kind of inevitability that don't knock first. It just walks in like it owns the place. That's what we got here. That's what's incoming. 6, 6, 6. Now, don't go think this is some cartoon devil with horns and pitchforks. No, sir. This ain't Halloween fiction. This is real. This is chaos dressed in patterns we refuse to see. This is the price tag on every shortcut we ever took. This is consequence with a capital damn C. But here's the thing. We called it in. Not by name, not by number, but by action, by silence, by looking the other way when we should have stood up and sitting down when we should have spoken out. See, 666 ain't just a number, it's a signal, a countdown, a warning light flashing in the dark, saying you can't outrun what you've buried. But we got a choice. We always do. We can run, sure. We can close our eyes and hum a tune and pretend this house ain't burning, or we can face it. Stand at the gates of this fire and not just survive it, but redeem it. We burn, yeah, but fire forges. It tempers, it teaches. So maybe, just maybe, incoming 666 ain't the end. Maybe it's the test. Maybe it's the line between who we were and who we've still got the chance to become. And I'll tell you what, I ain't going to sit back and wait for the sky to fall. No, sir. I'm going to walk out there, chin up, boots laced, with every scar I earned and every lesson I didn't want but needed. Because if this is the reckoning, then let it find me ready. Leans back, silence, nods once. Stay sharp. Stay human. It's coming. Chaos doesn't announce itself. It arrives when truth's been ignored too long. It doesn't send a warning, doesn't ring the bell or knock at your door like a polite guest. No, sir. Chaos just walks in, calm as you please, and starts rearranging the furniture of your life without asking. One moment you're cruising through the familiar, the next the ground's gone soft and the sky's turned a color you don't recognize. And people start asking, how did this happen? Well, it didn't just happen. It built slow, steady, silent, like rot under the floorboards, like smoke before the fire. Chaos is born from the lies we tell ourselves, from the ones we let slide in the name of convenience. Every time we see something that ain't right and decide it ain't our problem, every time we bite our tongues when we should speak, every time we let comfort outrun conviction, that's one more brick in the wall. And you can keep stacking that wall high, pretending it keeps the storm out. But what you don't realize is the storm's already inside. It's been growing, feeding on fear, denial, apathy. And when it finally makes itself known, it's not just wind and rain. It's the sum total of every little truth we didn't face. People think chaos is sudden, explosive, but it's not. It's cumulative. It's the late fee on the debt of our decisions. It's the mirror we refuse to look into until it cracked on its own. When it shows up, it's not there to punish, it's there to collect, to balance the ledger. And it don't care about your schedule or your excuses. It don't negotiate. It don't flinch. You see, truth has a shelf life. Ignore it long enough and it ferments, turns sour, becomes something else, something unrecognizable. And when you finally get a taste of that bitter brew, you might not even remember what clean water felt like, but the body remembers, the soul does too, and they cry out. That cry, that's chaos knocking. We built systems to keep things tidy, to pretend we had control, but control is a fair weather friend. It sticks around when the seas are calm and vanishes when the tide turns. Chaos don't need your permission to rise. It's nature's correction, not out of cruelty, but necessity. Because balance will be restored. One way or another, you can either bend with the wind or break under it. And the thing is, deep down, we usually know what's coming. We feel the tension in the air, sense the fractures in the foundation. But knowing and acknowledging are two different beasts. Denial's a hell of a drug. It numbs, comforts, lies sweetly in your ear. It says, this ain't your fault. Someone else will fix it. Just keep going. And we do. Until we can't. Until chaos makes its entrance, not loud, but The lights flicker, the rules change, and suddenly you're standing in the middle of a stick. Incoming 666 isn't the end, it's the test that decides who we really are. It's the moment when the mask slips, when the surface cracks, and what's been simmering underneath finally boils over. It's not some cinematic apocalypse with fire and brimstone raining from the sky. It's subtler, smarter, form you helped make, whether you meant to or not. Incoming 666 isn't the end. It's the test that decides who we really are. It's the moment when the mask slips, when the surface cracks, and what's been simmering underneath finally boils over. It's not some cinematic apocalypse with fire and brimstone raining from the sky. It's subtler, smarter. It creeps in through choices made under pressure, through values tested when no one's watching. It's a mirror, not a monster. And what it reflects is the raw truth of who we've become when no one's pretending anymore. See, most people think a test shows up in a classroom with questions you can prepare for, but real tests don't come with study guides. They show up in the dark, when you're tired, uncertain, tempted. They come when everything safe has been stripped away, when the rules you trusted fall apart and you have to make decisions with no lifeline, no guarantee. That's what incoming 666 is. It's not a number, it's a reckoning, a crossroad between habit and integrity, between fear and grit, between the version of you the world built and the one that rises when everything else falls. It's easy to act righteous when the world is calm, when your beliefs cost nothing. But when the wind howls and the ground shakes, when survival starts whispering in your ear, cut corners, give in, save yourself, that's when the real answers surface. That's when we find out who's got a spine of stone and who is all talk. Some folks fold fast, others find something inside they didn't know they had. Pressure reveals truth, always has, always will. Strip away the comfort, the structure, the spotlight, and you get the essence. No filters, no edits, just raw character. And sometimes that truth ain't pretty. It's not the hero you imagined, it's the parts you kept buried, the instincts you hoped you'd never have to test. But that's what makes it a test. Not because it exposes weakness, but because it gives you a chance to confront it. Now here's the kicker. Incoming 666 doesn't come to destroy. That's the mistake people make. They see chaos, they see fear, and they assume it's the end of the line. But it's more like a threshold, a gate. On one side, everything you used to be. On the other, everything you still might become. It's not about survival, it's about transformation. Will you emerge better or broken? You don't get to fake your way through this one. You don't get to hide behind titles, followers, or image. When the storm hits, it don't care about your resume, it cares about your response, about what you do when no one's clapping, about whether you stand for something when it costs everything. There's a moment in every trial where things get quiet, not because the chaos is over, but because you've reached the center of it. That's where the test really begins. It asks simple questions with brutal weight. Who are you when it all falls apart? What do you protect? What do you let go of? What matters now that everything's on fire? Some will panic, some will posture, but a rare few will decide. They'll plant their feet, clear their breath, and answer with action. Not perfect, not polished, but real. And that realness, that truth, it cuts through the noise. It doesn't need applause. It doesn't chase safety. It just is. And when the dust settles, when the noise fades, and you look back on the storm that tried to break you, you'll know this. The test didn't just reveal who you were, it revealed who you're meant to be.